So now I'm ready to sew in the zipper. Just a couple things that's interesting to know first, or is helpful to know. So I've sewed the seam here together and gotten it ready. But you want to realize that here's the middle of the seam, is not that wide, so you're gonna have to be sure that you catch it when you're sewing the outside from the top, because you won't be able to see it. But if you don't do it, if you don't catch it in it, then you're gonna have a gap. I'll show you. In your zipper, it's gonna come apart like that. So you wanna make sure you catch that under it. On the same hand, you wanna get it close in the front, but not too close. If you get it too close here, to the actual where the zipper is, it's going to be hard to unzip it, because you can see that the head of the zipper is a little bit wider than the actual zipper. So you don't want to get it so close that you can't unzip it. The other thing is, if you get it too close, then the material is going to tend to get caught in the zipper, and it may anyway. But so you want to get it Goldilocks. You want to get it not too far, not too close. You want to get it just right. So because the zipper head is bigger, I'm going to start by unzipping it so that I can start here and get close, and then I will pull this up, and you'll see it's a little bit tricky. I want this pinned back a little bit. So I'm going to start sewing. Put it in, get to where I've marked it here, and place it where I want it, lower it, take out the pin, and get ready to start sewing that. I'm going to give a little stretch with my fingers so that it's an even seam. I'm not the best, but I'm not an expert seamstress, but I'm certainly competent for everyday type stuff. This is not going to show. Obviously, you would want to do it as straight as possible, but it's not going to show. And I'm not always the straightest. So I'm going down, and now I want to bring the zipper up. So make sure your needle, whenever you stop it, is down into the material, because you don't want it to shift when you're working and moving something around. So I'm going to get the zipper up now beyond the seam that I've started. It's a little tricky with these pins, and now I'm at the needle, so it doesn't want to go. So it just takes a little coaxing, and I'm also catching the material on this side. So I'm going to take that pin out for a minute and try and work it down. Okay, you had to lift the zipper foot to do that. And now I'm going to try to replace that pin. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get it right now, so I'll get it on the way back, because it's the other side. And then I'm just going to go all the way down, staying close. I think I want this zipper foot a little bit closer to the needles, so I moved it in. That's better. Yeah, a little closer to the needle, so I know where I'm going. Now I'm going to stretch it and keep feeding it, try and feed it as straight as possible. Pull out the pin before it gets bent. Make sure the pin on the other side isn't sticking across where I need to be, and then just go all the way down. This one you have to kind of eyeball, because you can't see any markers. It's all covered by the material. And you want to keep making sure the material is nice and flat, so you can feed it in nicely and feed it in straight. Get a little bit close here, closer than I want to. And I know you may not be able to see it, I'm sorry. Now, when I get ready to come down to the other end, I'm just going to turn it. Taking out the pins. Got a little, I'm going to stretch it, took that pin out because looked like it had a little bump in it, and I want to straighten out the material. So So I'm going down to where I know the end is. When I get to the end, which is one more, I'm going to hand turn it so I can control it. Lift up the zipper foot, turn it around, and again, the needle is in the material, so I can do that without dislodging it or making it jump where the stitch is. Now, it could be going across the zipper down here. If it is and it's metal, I would do it by hand. We'll see. Go straight across, go slowly so I can go be even. I can kind of feel where this other one is on this side. And I think one more stitch and that's good. Now again, I'm gonna lift this up. I have the needle down into the material so that I can turn the material. And now I'm gonna go up the other way. Wish I could make this a little faster. This is for a cushion that I'm making, and the way I figured out how to recover the cushion was I took the cushion apart with my seam ripper and I used the pieces of material from the cushion as my pattern so I could recover it. And I'll show you one of the finished ones after I'm finished with this. Probably on another video because I don't know how to patch them very well. I get a little ruffle here, so it tells me my material, when I pinned it, the pin can sometimes make it have a little bump in it, so I'll just pull it. I'm also getting down to near where the zipper head is again, so I'm going to put my needle in, lift the zipper foot, pull the zipper down, and prepare to finish it. And I can see that that needs to come down a little bit more. Okay, zipper foot's down. And there we go. Since it's a cushion, I wouldn't do this if this was a regular zipper that I was doing on a dress, but I'm going to go across here and just go over the other piece so that I don't have to tie it again, since I know it's never going to show. Would not do this. I need one more throw. Do it by hand when you only have a little distance to cover so you can control it. But since this is not going to show, I'm going to go over it so I don't have to tie it off. And there we have it. And since I did the back on itself, I can just cut it right up against it. And there you have your zipper. Okay. Hope it helps. They're a little tricky, but there you go. It's all done. Good luck.